This week I'll be playing the Brotherhood of Mutants. I'll be having Magneto lead them with Toad, Sabretooth, and then the X-Men, Beast, and Storm. I did try the Brotherhood before. I didn't have as much success, but I was still learning them. And I think one of the biggest issues was Magneto's leadership ability is really, really good, and it needs to be used if you're going to have Magneto in your list. So that one allows you to redistribute power if you can destroy terrain features, which you're going to do a lot in this game. So with those, it's thematic, but I think it's a good cohesive team of long range and short range. My cards are going to be Asteroid M, Magnetic Crush, Magnetic Refraction, the Book of Truth, and Exceptional Healing. We've played these before, so they shouldn't be new. Asteroid M is a teleportation card. Exceptional Healing is a way for Sabretooth to basically ignore a big hit. And then the other cards allow Magneto to manipulate the field in various ways. So as they come up, we'll be sure to talk about them, but I'm excited to see how they'll work today.
Today I'm playing the Black Order with Thanos as the leader, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, and instead of bringing in another more powerful Black Order character, I decided to bring in two 2-point characters, Rocket Raccoon and Nebula. I feel like that might be a risky move, especially bringing in Nebula. She cannot hold down objectives, but I'm hoping that with her assassin ability along with Thanos' Death's Decree, it will really bring her in as a powerful character. The cards I'm bringing are Bled to Spare, Mothership, Price of Failure, Execute, and Inspiring Monologue. Bled to Spare, Mothership, and Price of Failure are all Black Order cards. Execute is specific to Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight. I've seen Andy play that, and it seems like a really good card. And then Inspiring Monologue, I just decided that would round the other cards off nicely.
Alright, so the Brotherhood of Mutants has first round here. The first thing I did was, during the power-up phase, I had to put my first metal construct, so I put it there. And then I activate Toad. Wasn't sure who to go with first, but Toad I figured could grab one of the books, get the point right off the bat, and then play a little bit hide-and-seek, because I knew he would be pretty simple for Nikki to take down if I left him too much in the open. So he's standing next to the construct, because he's admiring Magneto's handiwork there.
Okay, so it looks like Rocket. And he's gonna roll for the... Is that a trap?
Yep, it's a trap.
And he got it.
Amazing with just 2 dice.
I know. I was like, I should have rethought this.
Alright, so I'm going with Beast next. Beast being my best option for grabbing traps in this game. I have become a big fan of Beast after watching Nikki play him, so I just move him close to the trap. Nothing fancy here, and then going to roll the dice, obviously. And I got it. I would have been super disappointed if I hadn't with him.
Okay, so Proxima. And this is the first time I've played Black Order, so pretty cool. I'm moving her by the trap. And I'm gonna roll for it. I have to get, I think, 3, right? Since Beast is there.
All right, 2.
2.
But no
and
trap
I
for
don't.
you.
I don't get it.
No trap for you. Sabretooth, yeah. I'm just kind of moving him to. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with Sabretooth. I needed to use his long movement. I know he's a great damager and has decent defense, but I was still a little unsure. So with him, I was just going to grab that first trap and then just kind of maneuver him for possibilities. That was my idea. I didn't know what those possibilities were at this point, but I wanted to have options.
Well, with his long movement, you can get him.
And you can't really ignore him.
No. Okay, so Corvus. And I'm going to pick up the spell book. Spent a power for that. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do. And spending a power, I felt like Black Order needs a lot of power.
You're so used to playing the X-Men who just have it like coming in droves.
Yeah, I felt starved for power in this game.
So now I'll go up a Storm. Going to try to do some damage to Proxima. But I guess she just wasn't feeling it at this point.
Okay, so Thanos. And he's picking up the spell book.
Yeah, just lots of maneuvering around in this one. So Magneto's up. I believe this is my last person to activate this round. And I felt I made a mistake last time I played Brotherhood because I didn't use Magneto's leadership ability. I used Mystique's, and hers is good, but if you have Magneto, you should be using him if you're playing a Brotherhood list. That's just, that was my gut instinct, and I think that's going to be kind of true overall. So I used Fatal Attraction to throw that sign at Thanos. The main point really being, I knew it was going to do minimal damage to him. That wasn't the point. I am now generating power for the rest of my team here. That's really the point of Fatal Attraction at this point of the game. So I gave one power to Magneto, and I gave the other to Storm on that attack.
Okay, and my last person is Nebula. And I really debated using Nebula. She is a great character. She's great for attacking people on objectives. But that means I had one less person who could hold down an objective. So I struggled with that. And she's attacking
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth. And gets nowhere.
That was pretty scary, though, with all those skulls. All right, so round 2. Again, I place the second metal construct right there. Right in front of Thanos' face. And then I'm activating Storm. So, first of all, Proxima did take a damage from being too close to that trap, so that was fun. So she's already 1 damage. And then I shoot her with a lightning bolt. And I really just wanted to shock her, because Nikki shocked the crap out of me in so many games. I just wanted her to know how that felt. And then I picked up that size 2 pipe behind her and threw it at Proxima's face.
Getting a lot of people in the face.
That's where you aim. And it was a good hit. She was like, what? And it dazed her. But that's not, unfortunately, the end here.
Okay, so Proxima decides she's gonna use Blood to Spare. Feels like this is a good idea. Get a little revenge. And it goes nowhere. This is a theme, this game.
So when you get hit in the face with a pipe, that's what happens.
She couldn't see.
She couldn't see.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, so I just move Storm up a little bit.
Okay, so Nebula, and she's gonna go after Toad. Toad is holding a spell book, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta move.
So that means Nebula's like, yeah. And she's using, I think, shock sword attack here.
Yeah, she is.
So 2. And you block both of them.
And no wilds for you.
Nope. So that's me re-rolling.
Yeah, for assassin.
And that's better. And then that's your...
I had a cover save.
You had cover, yep.
Because I was behind that neat metal construct.
So it looks like you took 1 there.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And after that attack is resolved, I am supposed to move 1 within you, so that's what I did.
I like to think you're using ninja smoke or something when you do that.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
All right, so I was super excited to try to do this. This is a magnetic rush. I thought I was closer to more terrain pieces, because basically it's a strength I think starts out 6, and then you add the size of the terrain within 2, and they're all destroyed, and that adds to the damage. But I only had 1, the metal construct, so I rolled a total of 8 dice. Not even a great hit either. That was kind of annoying. Thanos is so hard for me to hurt. I just have a heck of a time trying to do it. So then I do a reverse polarity on Thanos. I'm not within 2, so I don't get to reroll any of these dice. It is a better... No, it's not a better hit. She rolls those dang criticals all the time with Thanos. There are just certain people she plays that I just never can hurt, it seems. And Thanos is one of them. And that is not the kind of person you don't want to be able to hurt. So, yeah. See, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and you blocked, yeah, all of them because of your invulnerability. I can't remember what it's called. Like a being of immense power or something like that.
All right, so Corvus is moving.
Yeah, immeasurable power.
And he sees Beast over there looking way too blue and happy. So I decided to use the Atom Splitter because it's an energy attack and Beast has terrible energy defense. And of course, Andy does well.
Or you did poorly. Depends how you want to look at that.
I guess that's true.
So now it's Sabretooth going up to grab that trap. It's all lonely by itself. And I got it. Yeah, she wasn't sure where I was going to roll. I wasn't sure where I was going to roll. And I felt like at this point I was going to start messing with her. I was moving Sabretooth in such a way that I wanted her to have to react to him to see if she would. And we'll see if that worked out or not.
All right, so I move Rocket off of his trap over there because I want him to use his energy attack for Beast. So plasma rifle.
Leave Beast alone.
So 4, I rolled pretty well. I rolled really well.
Yeah, I finally got to use Stars and Garter. Yay!
Yeah, so that's what you're getting ready to do, I believe. Stars and Garter for 1.
Didn't do any good.
So you blocked 2, so I think you took 3 in total.
Yeah. And then Beast basically jumps on top of that energy pylon, whatever we're going to call that, and I'm going to try to grab that trap away from Team Thanos, i.e. Black Order. And yes, I do. Yeah, Beast is a great one for stealing ones in this one.
Okay, so Thanos. So at this point, I'm not close enough to roll for it. We measured, but then I straighten out my measuring tool, and it does get him close enough.
Yeah, it was like barely a centimeter away.
Yeah. So, and now he's going to attack Sabretooth.
Well, first you're going for the trap.
First, I go for the trap.
I mean, you get it.
Now, I'm going to attack Sabretooth, and that's what you wanted me to do, right, Andy?
Sort of, yes. I mean, I say I was...
I fell right into your evil plans.
I mean, I didn't want you to do your most powerful attack on him.
So, Cosmic Blast, I spent 3 power to add 3, so it's 8 dice.
And you rolled really, really well.
I did. I was kind of hit and miss this game, but... yeah.
I was like, she's like, I did 7, you did 6. Really? Well, no, I did 7. So yeah, she cinched the crap out of Sabretooth there, and he got dazed.
Sorry, kitty.
So now it's Toad. I didn't do very well with Toad the first time I tried playing him. I am now going to do an acid spit on Nebula, and it turned out pretty well. Very well, actually.
So I took 4, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
I sizzled you. And I dazed you. And now I'm kind of running away. I don't know why I'm running towards Thanos. I kind of am, so... Toad made an unwise decision there. You're not going to see it, but I did put down a metal construct, and then it's Rocket.
Okay, so Rocket is going to attack Beast again with plasma rifle. And Andy blocks it all. So we're gonna do it again. So that's better. I think that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of a glare on that one.
Yep, that's correct.
So 5.
I think I did Stars and Garters just for the heck of it. But yeah, he's dazed. Alright, so I'm going to go with an area attack here, and I wanted to verify that I could hit with Ice Blizzard. So I did. I hit with Ice Blizzard. I'm going to try to start dulling what Hershey can do with me, or do to me, I should say, on this side. So I want to try to get some stuns off. So that's kind of the purpose of this attack. Damage, obviously always good, but I want to basically kind of start limiting how she can do attacks, because I was pretty sure I couldn't actually take either one of them out with Storm. And then I'm hitting Corvus with a lightning bolt with Tempest. So didn't take him out, but I at least shocked him, which was really good.
Okay, so I'm gonna move Nebula. Over by Toad. And then I'm going to attack him. So I decide to go ahead and use Shock Sword attack with Death's Decree. I figure I'm just going to go all out. She's on her damage side. And I'm going to do this while I can, because I don't know how much longer she's going to last.
It's 10 dice on Toad. That's kind of overkill.
You think? She's got something against Toad now.
I guess.
Didn't he spit acid in her face?
Well, maybe.
So that wasn't a great roll, but I do have Assassin.
And I have a book.
Yep. So that's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I'm only getting 1 saved, so.
So that, I believe, dazed him.
Yep. So this is where Nikki was commenting earlier. She's got really no good place to put that book except from away from me. Thanos has one, and Proxima can't grab it. So, I'm sorry, Nebula. I apologize. Nebula can't grab it. So she threw it that way. I was able to maneuver Magneto. Actually, this worked for me. I was going to move him anyways. So I grabbed 1 book with him. I want to be within 2 of Thanos because I was hoping to do a more effective reverse polarity on him, which meant I could reroll the dice since I'd be within 2. And it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's Thanos, though, so you gotta be careful. But I do get to reroll those non-failure dice. And got another hit on him. And then I throw one of those metal constructs. Again, just trying to throw some... do a little bit of damage and redistribute some power to various people on my team. Nikki's pointing out that... or I pointed out that's a critical. Stupid reality gem. So then I put up a magnetic refraction to give myself cover. And possibly Sabretooth.
Okay, so Thanos is attacking Sabretooth with Cosmic Blast. Spent 3 power to add 3 dice to it. So it looks like 4.
5. You
Five.
got reality
I
gem.
got. That's right. That's right. Exceptional healing, so none of it mattered.
Yes.
But I did get to push him short, and he also got slow. And then I rolled for the trap, and I got it.
Yep. All right, so it's now time for Sabretooth. He is slowed, but since I don't have a book, I have the ability to use Asteroid M, so I am going to do that to move myself over to Storm. And that puts me in great range of both Proxima and Corvus. So, try to finally get some action in with Sabretooth this game. I'm going to start with targeting Corvus there. I thought he was the bigger threat still. He was uninjured. He had quite a bit of conditions on him, but he was still technically on his healthy side. So I wanted to get rid of that. So, start out with just good old-fashioned Claw Slash. Pierced him, and I made him bleed. Even with that craptastic roll, Nikki, I still only did 1 damage because of his invulnerability. But he's bleeding, and that's always fun. So now I'm using, I believe it's No Mercy. Yep, I'm using No Mercy with another Claw Slash attack. And that allows me to add 1 dice for all their, up to 3 for their damage that they've already taken. So that was a really good hit. Pierced him again. And that did finally daze him.
Okay, so Proxima is upset with you for what you did to her husband. Rude. Okay, so she's doing Quantum Starburst.
I.e. put every freaking status effect on the game in one person at one time.
Yes, bleed, poison, and stun. Take that.
So I do use my retaliatory attack on her, which is the Untamed Force. I got in trouble for not doing this last game. I meant to. So I do Untamed Force, which is a Claw Slash reactionary attack, basically. But that wasn't enough.
Okay, so strike on Sabretooth. So 3 so far.
Black 1. Black 2.
Okay, so just 1 damage.
Yeah, you kind of messed him up. And you did not get the trap, which, lucky for me. So I'm starting with an acrobatic strike. Not great hit. And of course, Rocket with his cover and really good roll from Nikki. He blocks all that. So I am able to move closer to him now. And I'm going to use the animalistic freestyle on this basically nigh unkillable rat. I cannot really just do a whole lot of damage to him for some reason. His cover blocks one of that. So I'm going to move in to throw him, and as I move in, she decides to unleash the booby trap ability. We didn't get that roll, unfortunately, but she does 1 damage to Beast. Though I do get closer, and I throw him into Proxima. As it stands, you're taking 1 damage right here, which is really all she has, but she ends up blocking that last damage. So then I throw the sign at Rocket. Again, stupid raccoon won't die, and she blocks all of it, so super frustrating.
He's hardy. They know how to survive, those cute little raccoons. Alright, so I'm activating Proxima and using
Corvus,
and using the card Execute. So that Sabretooth cannot roll any defense dice.
which KOs him.
So for my second action, I am going to attack Storm with Strike. Not a good roll.
And a perfect defense.
But I roll for the trap, and I get it. So then we're going to do Husband of Proxima so that I can immediately activate Proxima. She only has, I believe, 1 stamina left. Proxima is attacking Storm with a strike. So 4. And you blocked 1. And so now she's playing the team tactic card, Price of Failure. And the way I read it is that all of the allied characters get 3 power each, but I was a little concerned maybe it's 3 across the board. So if anyone knows the answer to that, please make a comment and let me know.
All right, so Storm is attacking Corvus back with a lightning bolt. Not a very good hit to start with. And she pretty easily blocks all of that. So I go for another one. It's a little bit better. So I'm doing 3 at this point. I'm sorry, doing 2 because and then that goes down to 1 because of her invulnerability. So I did 1 point of damage to Corvus on that one. But then I throw Rocket into Corvus. More so to get rid of Rocket, or at least daze him.
Nothing like having a raccoon thrown at your face.
Heck yeah. Didn't do much to Corvus, though.
That reminds me of Elf, which we just watched.
Right.
Okay, Nebula versus Toad. Shock Sword Assault.
Are you saying,
do what?
are you saying Corvus wanted a hug from a raccoon?
Well, maybe he needs a hug. Maybe he'd be in a better mood. All right, so 4.
And I blocked 3. Yeah.
That's quite a roll there, Andy.
Yeah. Toad is kind of...
You just never know.
You never know, yeah.
All right, well, we're going to do another attack. This time, a strike. So 1.
Yeah, he must really frazzle her, yeah.
Yeah.
Blocked all that. Still blocked all that.
And she doesn't have Assassin right now, so...
Right.
Oh, well, it was worth a shot.
Any other time, I probably would have done well. All right, so Magneto's using reverse polarity on Thanos. As I don't, gosh, I'm trying to think now. Have I done anything to him? Maybe 1 or 2?
Yeah, he's, I mean, yeah.
I am, okay, I still take that back. I am slowly chipping away
You're
at him.
slowly chipping away at him, yeah.
Yeah, after this attack, he has 2 stamina left. As I fling things around like I'm a Darth Vader wannabe. Yeah, because you blocked that pretty darn well. But he is sitting on 2 stamina at this point.
Okay, so Thanos is going to attack Magneto with Cosmic Blast. Thanos attacking Magneto. Cosmic Blast. Spend 3 power to add 3 dice. So 3, and hopefully, I don't know what the glare on it is. I can't remember.
So the glare is actually a hit.
So that's 5, right?
I'm sorry, no, it's not, because you ended up doing 4 damage to me on all in all.
Okay.
With your rolls. I used the Book of Destiny to re-roll. I only end up blocking 1, so you do 3 points of damage to me. Now she does have the reality gem, so that 1 failure does count.
So you blocked 3, it looks like, and I had 4, so 1 damage.
Yeah. So now Toad is going against Thanos with an acid spit. Spit acid.
And Thanos only has a couple, like 1 or 2 stamina left, I think. So
Yeah. So that was a good first hit. So 4, with your impervious, I only do 1, but it does incinerate you. Since you're a being of immense power. Immeasurable power. Alright. So yeah, not as good second time. 2. She rolled too many dice. So upon review, we just realized that Toad actually did not do 1 more damage. A being of immense power would have negated all damage. So Thanos actually should not have been dazed, but we'll see if that would have made a big difference in the next round. There's my construct.
All right, Thanos is going to move up. And then attack Magneto. So 3.
Again, I'm using force projection. And I took 1. Actually, 1, 2, 4. You have that reality gem.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So ultimately, whether Thanos was KO or dazed last round or not, it would have made no difference because she would have gotten him back, or she would have been on 1. Regardless, she went first and dazed Magneto. I dropped the book. He already had 1, so he couldn't grab it.
Yeah, and that was frustrating because Nebula couldn't grab it. So that's very frustrated at this point.
Right. So Toad's going. He's going to spit some acid in her face. Yeah, I probably would have gone after Thanos, but honestly, didn't matter.
At this point, we knew the game was ending pretty soon. So.
Yeah. So I did, I hit her for 2. She blocked 2, but she's incinerated. That's more of a moral victory at this point. I was not about to stick around for her to do more. I did went ahead and grab the trap, though. Since she could not contest it and he was not in range, I was actually able to grab it. So I actually won that trap. And now I am booking it out of town. And by out of town, I mean on the other side of a building.
Okay, so Rocket, what I really want to do is move him over there and roll for that other trap. But I know that Beast is just going to come after me. So I want to try to get rid of him. So I use his biggest 7 dice attack, which has, what is that called?
The Hadron Enforcer.
And I roll horribly. This is like my last chance at winning, and I just, I can't. So instead of moving over to the trap like I want to, I attack him again. And I'm thinking, Beast has terrible energy defense, so I should be able to do this, but it's not happening.
Yep. I do use my Star and Garter.
Yeah, I love that about Beast. So that was a failure.
So now Beast is going after Corvus with an acrobatic strike. And it's a good hit. Very solid. Yeah. He dropped the book. I went ahead and grabbed it. And then went to the other side of him for a movement to try to grab that trap. I know it looks like it, but I think actually Rocket is outside of 1. Because I say here, I got it. And there must have been a reason for that.
Yeah. We were confused, but we think that Rocket was a little outside of 1.
So at this point, the game is over. Nikki realizes there's no way she can do anything. So we're basically assessing the board. And instead of going with Nebula, she calls it the end of the game. It's 18-16. The Brotherhood won this one. All right, cool. So that was episode 5 of the Mutant Uprising. Kind of more of an interlude, if you would, as to what happened to Magneto and why Thanos was part of this whole battle. Hope you enjoyed that. So, yeah, that was a very interesting battle. I had really wanted to redeem myself after playing the Brotherhood last time. I think I made a lot of mistakes because I was learning them, and I learned, I think, from them. I felt pretty good about this game, how I played Magneto, Sabretooth, and Toad. Because I really did not even want to bring Toad into this. I needed him to kind of fill out the Brotherhood list.
Toad did a good job.
Toad did a really good job, and that was my own fault for not realizing his true potential as to what he could do. Spit Acid is a nasty little ability. Whenever you put Incinerate on somebody, that really does make a difference in the game. When they roll one less dice, even on a guy like Thanos, that makes a huge difference. And then, to me, that the two worst abilities after Stagger are Shock and Incinerate, because you're either losing a dice on damage or you're losing a dice on defense, and that I think is the most painful things that happen in this game. So yeah, Toad, super happy with him this time. I don't think he'll be like an always auto include for me, but I thought he played well, and I was very happy in this game. This was your first time playing the Black Order, so I know they're not the X-Men, and those are your boys and your girls right now.
I also like the Asgardians.
Yeah, and you like the Asgardians.
And I like
the Guardians.
The Guardians, yeah, I really
pretty
like
much.
them.
I'd say probably in that order: X-Men, Asgard, Guardians for you.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the Black Order?
I like the Black Order. I felt like I was starving for power, though, the whole time. I really felt like this game, I was just struggling to keep up with you. So, definitely question Nebula being on the team, only because of the way the crisis worked. The characters didn't have to stay there with the traps. They could move around, so she wasn't always able to get a good attack on somebody. She couldn't hold down an objective, and I knew that going in, but I felt like the way this game worked, I needed somebody else who could hold down an objective.
So we talked a little bit about that shortly after this game, and I truly felt that I understand how you feel, and it's one of those hindsight 2020s. Had Nebula been on the other side of the field with Corvus and Proxima, she would have been wrecking havoc this whole game, regardless of being able to grab objectives. And then if you had Rocket with Thanos, it's kind of like that game where I decided Toad and Magneto should be on opposite sides of the board.
Yeah.
You kind of need Toad or Magneto to kind of take the attention away from Toad.
Yes.
Because very few people will do that.
I should have had Rocket with Thanos, or even split up the husband-wife team, even though I know, although that did work in my favor at least once that they were together, because they are very powerful together.
They are a nasty combo.
And they're very cool, and also, we had also discussed, should I take the reality gem or the power gem, and I felt like, even though the reality gem did help me out, I wondered if the power gem would have been more useful in this one. I think I would have been able to do more with the Black Order had Thanos had more power.
I mean, yeah. But again, there were certain times in the game that I thought, you made that comment during the middle of the game. It's like, why am I taking, why do I have this stupid reality gem? I haven't rolled a dang skull once. But then near the end, it started to make a difference. I remember there were 3 rolls. I'm like, yeah, I bet you said you have that reality gem now, aren't you?
Right.
So, it's hindsight 2020, and it is hard to tell. I mean, because with extra power, you could have done different things.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. And then I know one thing that you struggled with a little bit, because it didn't, when you thought you could do it, it was too late, and that was the mothership.
Oh, yeah. So there was this one point in the game that I was like, and now Thanos is going on the other side of the board using the mothership. And Andy's like, no, I'm sorry, you're holding a book, a spell book.
It's like she
was so mad, because I had this whole plan.
It was like a 10-point plan. It's like at the end, checkmate. And I'm like, so sorry, you can't do that. You've got the book. And she's like, blah, blah.
I was seriously ticked off.
Yeah. And then Rocket.
After when I had put slow on Sabretooth, and then you're like, oh look, I'm gonna use this portal.
Asteroid M.
It's like, you shouldn't be able to do that. You've got slow.
He stubbed his toe. He's not holding an objective though. So, yeah, then you almost kind of were able to redeem that plan a little bit, but then Rocket is not part of the Black Order.
Right. Yes. I was like, oh, fine. I'll just use Rocket. Oh, Rocket's not part of the Black Order.
So yeah, it's one of those. Again, I think they need to reevaluate the Black Order a little bit. In the comics, I know Nebula is only technically, she's not part of the Black Order in the comics, but she is definitely related to Thanos, not just in the MCU, but in the comics. Now, she's kind of a pretender to a degree in the comics, but I truly think that with the way they've done lists in Crisis Protocol, that Gamora and Nebula definitely could be part of the Black Order if they wanted to, and there wouldn't be that much issue. And the reason I bring that up, that would bring an extra 2-point and 3-point to the Black Order, because they kind of need it. They need a little bit. They're powerful. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're insanely powerful, but when they hit that limitation, they hit it hard. And that limitation is you can bring very few of the Black Order onto the table, and you're generally not going to be able to bring a full 5-person list, especially with no gems with the Black Order, and have a full Black Order list. And that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So, again, that's my little tangent. But having said that, they know what they're doing with this game. They've balanced it very, very well. So, they're...
Yeah, and I mean, I think I very well could have won.
Oh, yeah.
It could have gone either way, so... But still, yeah. I was a little frustrated by a few things.
It happens.
But I thought you played the Brotherhood really well.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I was never confident like I had this in the bag. So that just goes to show that you are a very good player, no matter who you get put in front of you. And, given a couple games with the Black Order, I would be terrified to ever fight you against them. So, but you in one sense, you have to embrace the team. You have to want to love the team. And like, that's why you do so well with the X-Men. You love the X-Men.
I know.
So,
love the X-Men.
She'll be back with them.
I think when I was like 13, I watched the animated
It's
X-Men.
not. Don't be ashamed of that. Embrace it.
I know. It was my dirty little secret that I watched the X-Men because I didn't know.
But I think a lot of people who play this, that's how they were introduced into comics, and I've heard it multiple times from various sources, especially in this community. So, but yeah, they'll be back. She will be playing the X-Men. I will be playing the Avengers for the exciting conclusion, at least of this little storyline. And then we've got another story. We've got a lot planned. This will bring us to the end of the year.
I like these little stories.
Yeah.
That you're doing.
Well, thank you. Well, they're fun, and like I said, we've got more planned. The next one will begin obviously we have to conclude this one first, and I doubt we'll get it done before the first of the year. It'll be right at the first of the year, I should say. And then we'll have another one planned, and no hints on that one yet, but I think it'll be lots of fun. Again, we always appreciate the comments. We do this because it's fun to play, but it's also really neat to hear feedback from the community. We never expected to hit over 100 subscribers this quick. So we are very grateful to all of our subscribers. Thank you very much.
And if there's anything that anybody would like to see or like to see us play or have any ideas for us, please let us know.
Yeah. And with that, we will see you next time.